iOS 26 is released, which is going to change text messaging. It's going to filter out unknown senders. What is the solution? Is it apps, Discord communities, broadcast channels, or is it like, hey, just like everything in life, you have to do all of it. It's all hard.
And you might need to do a lot more to do the same. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Unstoppable Marketer Podcast. With me, as always, is Mark Goldhart. Mark, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
It's been a crazy couple weeks.
Yeah, we missed last week. Pardon us. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks just because of obviously the whole shooting of Charlie Kirk was crazy in its own ways, but it seems to have impacted there's a strong correlation to impacting a lot of brands' performances.
Yeah, for
right
sure.
Now. And not necessarily because...
Well, attention is just gone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not necessarily because people are mourning that, and, but sometimes things happen economically, like, for example, where gas prices rise and then people get nervous, so they slow their buying down. And then there's other things that happen where it's not necessarily a slowing of buying, and it's more of a, where are people's attention? And right now, people's attention, has been on that, which will be interesting because how much longer that lasts, simply due to the fact that, one, the shooter has been caught, two, he had his funeral as well. Was that on Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah. So I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens this week.
Yeah, well,
in my opinion.
Yes, hopefully. But you have a lot of things happening. iOS 26 is released, which is going to change text messaging. It's going to filter out unknown senders.
Yes.
So in order to find unknown senders, people have to go and click on this filter button.
Yes.
On the top right-hand corner.
It's essentially just added
one extra step.
Yeah, kind of like what Gmail has done with their promotion and social folder. So it doesn't come into your primary inbox. So now you have multiple inboxes in your SMS, which is going to be extremely painful for people who are heavily reliant on SMS. So what needs to happen, probably if I remember right, you might remember the bell curve of, you got the typical bell curve of early adopters, versus late adopters.
Yeah.
Anytime an iOS comes out, it's 6 months before everyone fully jumps on it. So even though it's out, you probably won't see the negative impact as much for the next couple of months as more people start
it'll be a gradual,
probably right around Black Friday time.
It'll make everything worse over the next 2-3 months.
Yeah. So
for text message signups, and people who haven't saved you. So you're going to have to take some preemptive measures to make sure that they're looking for the unknown sender, which is going to be you.
Yep.
Responding to it and then saving the contact.
Yeah, I've heard that that's what they need to do, is they need to actually save the contact.
So if they save your contact, you'll be good. So you're going to have to, every company is going to be different depending on your demographic. But man, see, that just brought up an idea though. Has anybody tried, instead of doing a text message sign up, just doing depending on the platform, how in Instagram you can have the community?
Yeah.
That also pushes notifications differently?
I'm sure people have tried it, but you definitely don't hear anyone talking about that.
I've never seen, there's not a lot of money to be made there. For
a software to come in and do something with that.
But I'm curious how that would, because it's different than a follower, right?
Well, I've had a lot of brands. Yeah, I've heard a lot of brands who are doing a lot more with DMs, and they're trying to utilize you have there's a company, a SaaS company out there called ManyChat.
Mm-hmm.
and you can DM people who are following you
'Cause I'm
in masses.
like, what's it called? It's called a broadcast.
Yes. Which is essentially anybody who has an Instagram platform, a following or a profile, you can create a broadcast channel and invite all of your followers to that, where you can do private, have private conversations, private events within a like group channel that only you can essentially moderate.
Yeah.
I think you can add moderators to it now.
I think you can.
How often people like that are, how often consumers are utilizing it, I have no idea.
I don't know, but
Like,
there's
I
just
never
gotta
am.
be. There has to be an easier way for this. Like that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And irregardless of how much you preempt this, your sign up rates probably won't be what they used to be.
Yeah.
Like I'm willing to bet that. Like if you have a sign up rate, like if you use Attentive and you have your sign up rates of let's say it's 20% or 23% or whatever.
Sure.
My bet is that it goes down to 18%.
Like, yeah.
Because you're just going to have enough people that, again, it's top of mind. Like they're going to say, okay, I just signed up for this, but then they get distracted and then they don't press that filter button. And then that you have enough other things that fill up the unknown senders that they're not going to see it.
This happened to me the other day. Like I was wanting to buy a cool like throwback University of Utah hat, and I saw an ad for it. And like right when it popped up, I had it was like, hey, 20% off your first order. And I was like, well, if I want to buy that hat, I might as well get 20% off. I was going to buy it without it. But once I saw that carrot of 20% off, so I signed up for my SMS.
And then forgot.
And it took like 15 minutes for it to get to me. So whether there was an error on the sender side of things, or they just maybe had too long of a delay, and I didn't buy it. But I was willing to buy it without the promo code. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. We've seen that before, that sometimes the pop-ups actually decrease conversion rates.
So
I mean, we've seen pop-ups totally destroy conversion rates just by swapping it, and if they don't work.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
this will be something that we're testing in our agency as we, in our accounts. But I do wonder if the solution is just simply get people to buy. Like your best bet is that they actually buy something. I mean,
what do you mean?
Your best bet is like, just don't, if you're going to offer a discount, just offer the discount and just get them to buy now.
Oh, versus like sign up and
like don't make them get off your website ever.
Yeah.
Because like if you get their text, you'll get their number when they purchase.
So what you could do, right, so you could just put it in the thank you message. A lot of people don't do that anymore. So what would happen is when somebody would subscribe in a pop-up in the early days, so back when this was like 2016, when we were doing this, you would send an email. So they would subscribe, you would send an email, but on the thank you, it'd be like, oh, it's welcome 10 or welcome 30 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like right there. And then people stopped doing that so that they would actually jump into their email and go get it and add the extra step.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is like, it's almost like reverting back to still sending them the email, right? They're still subscribing to the email and SMS, but you're actually giving them the code right there once they've done it. It's like once they click submit, then it's like, hey, thank you, Mark. Here's welcome code 15.
Yeah.
Enjoy your purchase.
And then for the people who purchase, then you can preempt them.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to get their order stat.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so preempting in the order and the purchase is always going to be easier than before the purchase.
Right.
Because people are going to be more anxious about what's going on with their money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of things. Like, obviously, you still want to build your email and SMS list. Like, we do know people convert off of those later, and we do know that sometimes there's certain products that have more of a research, discovery, educational phase to it.
Yeah.
But these are things that, I mean, this is just a new world. Like we're going to have to, over the next little bit, I think every brand's going to have to rethink their strategies, SMS strategies, email strategies,
All their retention strategies.
community strategies,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, 100%.
Like community strategies on how to actually get a hold of your customers
Yeah, and it couldn't come
and
at
signups
a worse time,
right before Black Friday.
right before Black Friday, where the majority of the people who are going to return who have bought from you are usually coming back in November.
And SMS and email play a huge part in
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
I don't
So
know I really don't. I wish I had an answer, but I don't know what the answer is. All I know is there are some things that I know most people haven't tried.
Yeah.
Like people haven't really tried. There's the Facebook groups and those do great. Like we know with certain demographics, VIP Facebook groups that people join perform better than email.
Totally. There's just something weird about a community, and you would think like, oh, it's a clothing brand. What, like, or I'm shoes or sunglasses, but like there's something interesting about giving people a little space like that, especially in the female market. You recognize that it's much more powerful if your market is female.
Yes. Although it's kind of a different category though, because I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups, but it's all around the outdoors.
Sure.
So like I'm in company Facebook groups, but it's around like fly fishing gear.
Sure. Yeah.
And they're useful because
something very specific to a hobby.
It's very specific and it's more of like a pursuit. It's not just like a pair of shoes. Like I would never be in like a Nike Facebook group.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Like could you start to, part of the conversation we want to take right now is like we want to kind of like merge this into, hey, what should you be doing to prep for Black Friday? But one of the things that maybe you could be doing to prepare for Black Friday is getting anyone who is in your SMS or email community into a Facebook VIP community. Now, there's obvious risks to those communities because they can be shut down at the, snap of a finger.
Well, it goes back to the old argument was owned media.
Yeah.
Like you don't own your Instagram page.
You don't own your Facebook VIP community. But you can now make the same argument that you do not own your email list anymore because at any given time, Apple can make a change that.
But the World Economic Forum in 2014 said that we'll all rent and we'll all be happy in the future. So.
Yeah. So I think that's a huge thing that people should and can start doing now. And whoever's managing your SMS can start building up a community.
I just think the old way of thinking about owned versus borrowed or rented distribution is just, it's probably dead.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if you own it or if it's rented. It matters that it works.
Totally.
So I think...
well, because the argument was that if an algorithm changes...
Instagram can't take it away from you.
You're in trouble.
It's like, well, we've already gone through 10 algorithm changes and people have already seen, like we've already lived through it. And now we're seeing us get hit on the SMS and email side. So at the end of the day, like what is the solution? Is it Discord communities? Is it you have your own app? Having your own app has helped some companies pretty tremendously.
Sure.
Because your returning customers just use the app.
Right.
And you can do push notifications.
Yeah.
And you can incentivize to turn on push notifications for new releases.
Yep.
So is it apps? Is it Discord communities? Is it broadcast channels? Or is it like, hey, just like everything in life, you have to do all of it. It's all hard, but
yeah. And you might need to do a lot more to do the same.
Yes.
Right. Whereas like as email and SMS are getting harder and harder. Let's say you are making $100,000 a month from email and SMS by sending out 4 emails, 5 emails a month. You may need to send out 20 a month to do the same, or maybe even less.
Or you're gonna have to send out more emails. You're gonna have to.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Get more responses, more incentives,
more at bats,
better offers. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to creative and offers.
Yep.
So
How about creative offers?
creative offers.
Yeah.
Taking bigger swings of not standing in. I mean, all that. But yes, Black Friday is coming up. We do know that CPMs always tend to go up dramatically. We know that existing customer spend tends to go up as well. We know that your cost per clicks go up, but conversion rates also jump. I mean, on average,
And
you're
oftentimes
basically
click-through rates jump.
yes. So you're generally going to see like 100 to 200% increase in CPMs, sometimes 300.
Yep. But you will see also
200%
50 to 150%
in conversion
increase
rate
in conversion rate and link click-through rates.
and click-through rates. So it all ends up working. Buyer behavior tends to be the hottest. So how do you properly prepare for Black Friday? Well, number one is get your SMS, like figure out iOS 26 and what that means for your brand.
Yep.
Because if you're counting on SMS in November, I think you should be sweating and discover what the actual impact is.
Yeah. So some things that you can be doing right now for that. Because email's going through the same issue right now too, right? More and more stuff is getting pushed to promotions. So email, like yes, SMS is getting it, is going
So your
to
personal box doesn't.
Yes.
And most people, and you just have to remember, we're business owners, we're marketers, like we're looking at all of these tabs just to know what's going on. Most people don't even bother.
Totally. Yeah, it's very true.
Most people won't even bother to look in a promotions tab.
No one does. Unless you are looking for something very specific.
Like, oh wait, I should, unless they like have an order confirmation email that they're like, I don't see that. Where is it?
Yeah. So like some things we're working on clients with right now on the email side of things is we are saying, for example, like there's ways to fandangle getting out of the promotion box. One is you use a lot less imagery. Another is, so you're using plain text, like you're going back to, it looks like somebody literally typed it out. So plain text, you're not using words like sales and offers and promotions because that's what it's scraping and looking for, especially in the subject lines. Trying to get people to respond back to those emails. So that's a really, really interesting hack. So if somebody saves an email or stars an email or replies to an email, that shows Gmail or Apple Mail what you're sending to them is valuable, and value equals, if they get enough of those value signals, it's in Gmail's best interest to put the right stuff in your inbox, right? And the same goes with, it's kind of how ads work for example, Google Ads. The way Google Ads is able to function is, let's say you type in Apple iPhone, like in Google. And if Samsung is paying more to advertise than Apple is, Samsung still will not pop up at the very top. And it's in Google's best interest to do that way. And they don't let just the people who have the most money win.
Right.
Because if they do start putting the things up that the consumer is not looking for, then the consumer is going to start to say, hey, is Google the right search engine for me to work with, right? So it's the same thing with Gmail, right?
Which by the way is the same principle in Meta.
Totally. And the point I'm trying to make is it's the same principle across everything you do, whether it's Meta, whether it's Google or Gmail. If you are responding to messages from brands, then that's going to signal to Google to say, hey, we need to start showing more people this. Like, people are finding this valuable. So one of the things that we're doing with a lot of brands is, like, let's say a brand sells like a product that's slightly more expensive. Have them sign up for a warranty. Like, hey, you have a limited lifetime warranty, but you have to sign up for it. And when they do that, they're going to get an email confirmation. And you could say something like this, right? You can kind of be sneaky to say, hey, in order to get this warranty, you're not through your final step. Your last final step is you just need to email us back saying received.
Yes.
And that seems logical for a lot of people. Like,
it does.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's a really good hack.
Or hey, I need to save this email. Like, hey, you need to save this and reply received so that our team knows you have it. And you say it like that, and now all of a sudden people are going, anyone who signs up for a warranty, anyone who's going to go through the process of filling out a warranty sheet, which is oftentimes like your name, your email, your address, and your order number. Those are generally the things you need to apply for a warranty. Everyone is going to click reply back and say received. So prepare your emails. I think the other thing you can do to prep on the email side of things in preparation for Black Friday is take your unengaged people and for sure start sending them value-based text text only, not image emails, to see if that will start to re-engage and get them in that inbox, so that when it does come to Black Friday and you start to promote, something's going to be happening on the Gmail side where maybe it's going to start to go into the inbox versus the promotion folder.
Correct.
So those are my thoughts on like, hey, this is how you can kind of prep to start to get your email back and ready. Not to mention all the things that you just talked about on the SMS side of things. This episode of The Unstoppable Marketer is brought to you by BFF Creative. Let's be real, hiring designers and video editors can get super expensive, and that's why I'm excited about what BFF Creative has done. They've built a subscription design service that gives you the feel of an in-house creative team, but at a fraction of the cost, which I'm sure we all could use right now. From ad creatives to social media posts, video edits to full website designs, BFF gives you unlimited designs and unlimited requests starting at just $1,000 a month. The best part about this, their custom app makes it super easy to submit projects, give feedback, review work, and store all of your creative in one place. As a listener of the podcast, you get 25% off your first 2 months with code Unstoppable25. That means unlimited creative for as little as $750 a month. Go check them out right now at bffcreative.co.
What if you told people you were going to call them? Like, what if there was an AI bot that could call? So like they're on the phone, they answer the phone call and they save the number.
I never would answer a number I didn't.
Yeah, but if you're signing up for something and it says you're going to receive a call to sign up.
Yeah, maybe. Because those aren't filtered out.
Right.
It will sometimes say, what does it say when it's almost
unknown
potential spam or something?
Unknown callers are blocked out. You get
with this new?
Yes.
Oh.
But it preempts them. So it says if you're an unknown caller, you have to identify who you are in order for that call to come through.
Okay.
So for example, I've gotten 2 calls today from, I don't know who this person is, but the only reason why I saw it is because they identified themselves.
Interesting. Okay. I think it's an interesting idea.
So anyways, that's just a little what if statement. Who knows if that's valid or not, but I'm just trying to think of how do you get people to just sign up, right?
Yep.
Okay, now ad strategy. So do a quick audit of last year, what you did, what you're expecting to do this year. You can get in depth as you want. It's usually going to be involved around like product categories and discounts and conversion rates and cost pers from your ads that you did last November during your sales periods, and try to account for what you did through SMS signups and emails and returning customers. And then once you have that channel by channel report, you can start projecting out. A big mistake that you'll see a lot of people make in Black Friday moments is they scale too quickly. So what I personally like to do is after the email goes out, you're scaling up a little bit up to Black Friday
before the sale,
knowing that your performance will suck.
Yes.
From a ROI perspective.
But it theoretically will mitigate. So let's say you're going from $1,000 a day to $10,000 a day. You'll see a huge decrease in performance if you do that. Potentially. Based off of previous historical.
There's things like one-day click optimizations, and there's some stuff that.
But what you're saying
generally
is
speaking,
instead,
you're going to want to scale up.
Could we get up to $3,000 or $4,000 a day before we jump there? That mitigates that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to start scaling up depending on how long your sales period is too. Some of that factors into it, but just plan on how you scale up. If you jump budgets too quickly, it'll totally
You could see
wreck your
500%
performance.
increase in CPMs.
Yeah, generally. And just performance, because it sets everything back into learning.
Yeah.
But one way to mitigate bigger pushes in price or in cost or what in expenditure in the ad platforms is it depends on the learning, right? So one thing that can help the learning is your emails and SMS and returning customers coming back for the first part of the sale.
Yeah.
That's going to get the pixel firing. It can help the learning phase for your budget increase. So, so go back and look at what kind of budget you should be planning for. It's going to generally, I mean, we see, depending on your brand, sometimes it's 100% increase. Sometimes it's a 10x increase in daily budget.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 20, 30, 40x. And if budget, depending on the brand, like sometimes we keep going up as the sale progresses.
Yeah.
So have a forecast, some kind of forecast ready.
Yeah.
And plan to spend more.
Also look at, when you say forecast, just to kind of add some additional things to forecasting. One thing that I will like to do is I will like to go look at like what my efficiency metrics were for a brand last year. And just FYI, we looked at this before we came in. Efficiency in link click-through rates and cost per link clicks and all that kind of stuff was pretty much sixes from 2024 to 2023. Like it's, when you look at the final metric, the cost per click.
Yeah.
Okay. And year to date for 2025 compared to 2024, it's up like 10% cost per clicks. So just understand that like things are a little less efficient this year.
Yes.
From the first touch, not necessarily from the, conversion rates are down for a lot of people. So that's a different story.
Correct.
So I oftentimes, if you over Black Friday had let's just call it a 10 ROI. So for every $1 you spent in ads over Black Friday, you made $10 back. Forecast as if it's going to dip 20% or so. And then also forecast as if it's going to increase like efficiency by 20%. So that's generally what we like to do. So we have just kind of like here's a sandbag number. So if I want to do $1 million, this is what I need to spend in order to do that. And if things efficiently get better, then I actually have to spend 20% less.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we kind of like to do oftentimes. And that just sets a good expectation for your brand.
Yes, it does.
Right. Because things don't always go, and notoriously year over year, sale over sale, when we have data for the last 5 years, the sale data, even though the Black Friday Facebook data seems the same at the top level, year over year, it is less. It's just what's been happening for most people.
Yes.
Especially most people whose sole reliance is on ads.
Correct.
Different if you have a really solid organic strategy.
And
other distribution strategies.
And honestly, we see a lot of people in this situation, but the only way out is through in certain situations. And in this one, you're probably better off just spending more and acquiring more than you are trying to spend less and
I agree.
Save whatever it is, the efficiency that you're trying to save.
I think a couple other notes on the meta side, I agree with you, is don't turn off your evergreen stuff. That's a huge mistake.
Yes, never turn off evergreen.
Yep, because those ads are oftentimes going to be so much better than the ads that you make specifically for the Black Friday sale.
Yes.
I think another thing to mention.
And as you scale up, try to keep those separate.
Yeah.
Generally, we'll do like a 1-day click optimization off of the Black Friday ads because we're expecting people that they should go buy now.
Right.
Evergreen
versus
can be left at a 7-day.
Yeah.
So, but you still want to scale your evergreen ads,
right?
Because they generally do a better job of explaining who you are, of selling what you do.
Yep.
Because a Black Friday ad is like 40% off, 30% off.
Also remember that last year's best performers could be this year's best performers too. So you can recycle. Don't reinvent the wheel. Like if something was working really, really good last year, not saying don't test new stuff, but I think that's an important thing to
trust dynamic in sales too. So flex ads and Dynamic ads tend to work very well during sales periods, so trust those. Last thing is discount amount.
Yes. Say it.
You are not considered a real Black Friday sale if you're not giving over 30% off.
Yes. Yes, we've done every year. We run a survey at the end. A lot of times we do it before.
Yeah.
And after. I'm remembering this.
People are expecting 30%. And 30% is just like baseline meh.
Yes. If it's under 30%, it's like 78% of people do not consider that a worthwhile Black Friday offer.
Correct. They will look somewhere else.
But if it's over 50%, it doesn't impact the conversion rate much.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so basically the sweet spot we have found is 35. Like the lower end is 35%
To 45.
to 45%.
Is a really good sweet spot for Black Friday if you're wanting to do a site-wide sale.
Yeah. Also, don't make it complicated.
Yes.
I promise you, if you're trying to bucket things and make this all complicated, like 50% this category, 30% other category.
Yes.
Or
spend 100, get 10% off, spend 200, get 20% off, spend 300, get 50%.
Now you can do
off.
free gifts and like, hey, if you spend X amount, a free gift. We've seen bundling work.
Free gift with purchase.
But we have tended to see just the performance dips pretty significantly when you're trying to categorize it into too many ways to try to game the system. People just want a flat, simple offer, and then they want surprises. So, hey, I'm coming to the store. I know I'm going to get 35% off. Like I know that.
Getting site-wide, this is off.
Awesome. No matter what, I'm getting 35% off, but like I add to cart and then I see, hey, if you spend
an extra $25,
another pair of shoes
with purchase,
your total savings is 50% off.
Yeah. Sure. But that's not the offer that
that's
led them to say I'm going to come by.
Correct.
Yeah. The other thing that is
but don't like have it all mapped out and turn it into a big system on your website. We just tend to see conversion rates drop pretty dramatically.
Auto apply the discounts too.
Auto apply. Don't make people type anything in.
Put it all over your website. You have a lot of people who will just put it in the ads, but they'll be like, well, I don't want to put it across my
like they're trying to game
there might
it.
Be some there might be some people who will buy it
price?
Full price. It's like at that point it doesn't matter. There's going to be you will make your conversion rates will increase so much more if it's plastered all over your site, and if it's just auto.
Yes.
Oh, one thing I was going to say, not to complicate the offer, but let's say you're doing a 35% off site-wide sale. I really like the idea of giving all of your returning customers an upgraded deal. So like, hey, if you are a customer, for all of our customers, enter in this promo code and you're going to get a free gift with anything you purchase.
Yeah, free gift. And also a deal isn't giving them anything different. It's just giving it to them at a different time.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've seen some companies have a lot of success with new or returning customers and saying, because you're a loyal customer,
yes,
your Black Friday starts now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like get it before the rush so you get your stuff.
Just in case it sells out, because a lot of times things will.
Yep. So you can get your package faster, on time.
Yep.
You're not going to deal with inventory issues.
Yeah. I like that. I think another thing really quickly to mention, because we've done this the last 4 years, is we love doing 2 Black Friday sales.
Yeah, one at the beginning and one at the end.
We're kind of like obsessed with this idea where it sucked last year. Well, I shouldn't say it sucked. It was harder last year because we had the elections. And so...
Yeah, the elections kind of sucked the attention from the first part of November.
Yeah, so normally what we like to do is like first Friday, which I think is the 7th this year, you launch a Black Friday sale. You call it Black Friday sale. It goes from Friday to Monday, similar to how you would on normal Black Friday. You do your site-wide sale. You don't say, we're doing another one. You don't say this is you don't say it's the only one either. You just say, this is our biggest sale of the year. It's Black Friday sale. And what happens is you compete with less CPMs, which is really nice, with lower CPMs. Number 2 is you get the type A people who are just like, and the people who have mad FOMO, who will buy immediately. And then what you do is you actually do a normal Black Friday sale. You do the same discount because you don't want people coming back and saying, you don't want to go 30% off and then 40% off, because then you're going to have the people who bought it for 30% off who are going to say, I want to return it to get an extra 10%. So you do the same discount. Maybe you add a free gift with purchase, because that, that's not enough for people to like change, their sales strategy or their purchasing strategy. And the beauty of doing the second one is, for all the people who had FOMO and didn't buy, they buy immediately because they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that T-Mobile sale or whatever. So they go and buy. For all the people who bought during the first one and loved it,
you get returners
who regretted not buying more for gifts or for themselves or whatever it might be, they buy more. And for the people who waited because they're like, hey, I just know that this is when I'm doing my stuff, I know they're going to do it, you end up collecting those people who didn't buy, who waited.
Yes.
I highly recommend you don't. There's a lot of people who want to do sales before and not actually over Black Friday to compete. That is a bad idea. We have watched it. We've seen it. We've looked at the data. There is just a buying season where conversion rates are higher over Black Friday. So,
it's the expectation. Most people are expecting the deals during certain times. So make sure they are there.
So you will lose. You will lose out on money. You might save on cost per clicks if you do it 3 weeks before and only that. But the conversion rate that will happen over Black Friday, the intent to purchase, is so much higher.
And we've made that mistake with brands before.
Yes, we have.
So don't make our mistake.
Yeah, we have done that for you. Anything else?
Mostly it's get your email and SMS in check, because a large portion of your revenue will come from that.
Yeah.
And things have changed since last year.
Yeah.
In both of those categories. In ads, be prepared to scale up and have some kind of projection of how much you should spend.
Yep.
And then give yourself a plus minus 20% on that projection.
Yep. Both one way or another.
So it could go down or up 20%.
Yeah. And then if it goes up, you're prepared to spend the extra.
At least, and I'm just saying at least 20%.
Yeah, I agree.
You should be prepared to spend like even more, like 50% more.
Totally. Yeah, if it's working,
if performance
keep going.
Is going.
Yeah.
And then like you said, just let's make sure you have the discounts in check. We recommend 35% minimum.
Yep.
You see a dramatic decrease in conversion rate if it's under that.
Yes, you will.
Dramatic.
And we realize there are some brands who sell $3,000 products. That's different. A 10% off.
Yeah, it is.
15% off deal for stuff like that works.
$300 off of $1,000 is much different than.
Yes. Then 10%, then $30 off of 300.
Yes.
Right. So usually like it's 500 and below.
Yeah. I would say that
is what that works. Does that sound fair enough?
That's fair.
So keep that in mind,
then
y'all.
30%, like just have that in your brain, 30 to 35% minimum.
Agreed.
But yeah, so that, and then the two-pronged approach of 2 sales periods.
Yes.
Not running the sale continuously.
No. Do it Friday to Monday.
2 sales periods.
Do it twice. You will not regret it. You will regret it if you don't.
When doing this in the stores that have done this, we have seen generally a 30% improvement in overall sales and performance year over year.
For the entire month of November.
Yes, for the entire month of November, year over year.
/ when you had, sometimes Cyber Mondays on the first or second of
December. But on the stores that have wanted to just do an elongated sale, very negligible performance.
Yeah, because people, like, you're not adding FOMO.
Mm-hmm. Like you get the initial spike and then people come and they're like, oh, okay. Yep. So it doesn't create the FOMO or the urgency.
Yep. And we've also made that mistake.
Yes, we have. So the performance of just elongating it was not as good as the performance we've seen by having the 2 periods.
Yeah, I think maybe it was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago on the podcast, we did like a draft pick for Black Friday on like what you'd pick. And I think I picked that one, which was, I think it was 3 years ago. I was like, sale all year or all month.
All month.
And I was so set on it.
And it didn't pan out.
And I was wrong.
So just know, those are our recommendations.
Okay. Godspeed.
And good night.
Farewell. Thank you so much for listening to the Unstoppable Marketer podcast. Please go rate and subscribe the podcast, whether it's good or bad. We want to hear from you because we always want to make this podcast better. If you want to get in touch with me or give me any direct feedback, please go follow me and get in touch with me. I am at the Trevor Crump on both Instagram and TikTok. Thank you, and we will see you next week.